All right, we'll go ahead and get started. First of all, on behalf of Missouri S&T Athletic Department and the Academy of Minor Athletics, I welcome all of you and really appreciate you taking the time today to join us and to be able to have this celebration. I believe most of you know that this is my first year as a minor, and so I'm excited to get the opportunity to enjoy this time with you, and it's an exciting day for all of us. If you haven't had the opportunity to realize, this is one of our first events that we've been able to host in person, so it is a light at the end of the tunnel, at least I hope, or the final minutes of the fourth quarter. If you didn't know, I was a basketball coach, so hence the analogy there. To be completely honest, the last 9 months have been a blur, but one thing has become quite clear. I am truly beginning to understand the beloved ties our alumni have to this university and the traditions developed within the family of minor athletics. I am happy to finally have the opportunity to meet many of you, even though we are socially distanced with 6 feet of separation. We have our masks on, but I am happy to have the opportunity to at least be able to meet some of our alumni in person and to have this opportunity. We can only hope next year that we will be back in full swings with our teams, playing full schedules, hopefully have fans in the stands at full capacity, and have the opportunity to have these kind of events back in the normal format where we get to celebrate with many different individuals, as well as honor many of the accomplishments of our student athletes publicly, and to be able to do those kinds of things. Today we honor the inductee. Today we honor an induction class of elite group of individuals into the Academy of Minor Athletics. These individuals are being recognized as outstanding alumni who have brought honor to the athletic department while playing a sport. They have graduated from this great university and who have gone on to become accomplished professionals in their careers. These individuals are leaders in their industries, and they are also leaders within their communities. In many cases, these inductees are already providing support to the university through generous gifts of donation or through your time and your expertise. To share some history of the Academy started in 2011, and with your induction today, we will have over 100 members that have been inducted into the AMA. It has provided support to the athletic department through various initiatives, programming, and renovation projects that have had a direct impact on our student athletes. Recently, the Academy provided financial support to renovate the varsity weight room. In that renovation, we were able to put new lighting, new flooring, and enhance the branding to updated logos. It really is a facility that can compete with many Division I facilities, and our student athletes have a great place to train and a great atmosphere to train in. Secondly, the pandemic brought on many unique challenges in athletics. The dreaded required COVID testing, very expensive, and something that our student athletes had to endure regularly in order to compete and to practice. The Academy provided necessary funding to purchase our analyzer and many of the COVID testing kits that our student athletes use, and we were one of the first campuses in our conference to be able to have on-campus testing for our student athletes, officials, and for other individuals that are part of our game day experience. It makes me really proud to say that we were one of the leaders in that situation, and many of our peer institutions were calling us to find out how we did it and what we were doing. Thirdly, the Academy takes great pride in finding ways to engage current members of the Academy with our student athletes. There is a strong desire among the members to help prepare our student athletes for life after college. From this initiative, the Life Skills Development Program was born. This is a mentoring program in which members of the AMA share experiences and advice with current student athletes regarding topics around interviews, financing, the importance of networking, and how to network. It is a great way to connect our up-and-coming current student athletes with many of our great alumni that have graduated and been a part of our athletics programs. In my short time at S&T, I can share that the group of individuals that make up this academy are engaged, committed, and believe strongly in the unique opportunity and experience that our student athletes at S&T receive. As everyone in this room knows, to be a student athlete is not easy, and to be a student athlete at this great university is definitely even more difficult. The members of the Academy are comprised of individuals who have achieved excellence in the classroom, in their sport, and have gone on to achieve excellence in their professional careers and in their communities. They are high-achieving role models for our current student athletes and for the future generations to come and be a part of our minor family. In this year's inductee class, the success of these 9 individuals is impressive. These individuals were driven, competitive, with the intent of being successful at the highest level as a student athlete and within their careers. They have built successful businesses, held high executive positions, and have managed to stay engaged at the highest level of influence. They demonstrate a great ability in all the facets of their lives. These are the exact type of individuals that we want to surround our student athletes with. Today's inductees exemplify the rich tradition of continued success that occurs well beyond a person's time on campus. You each have unique experiences, and I encourage you to engage and share your ideas with other members of the Academy so that we can share your experiences with our student athletes and impact them. We are so proud of your accomplishments as we celebrate this special time with you. And on behalf of minor athletics and the Academy, we welcome you to this great membership, and we congratulate you on this prestigious honor.
Hi, everyone. Oops, we can turn back on. Oh, no, we're off. My name's Cecilia Elmore, and I'm the current president of the Academy of Minor Athletics. And it is my joy and privilege also to welcome you all back to Rolla to be inducted into the Academy of Minor Athletics. One thing that I noticed as we were looking through your bios, you all are great multitaskers. Almost everybody was involved in 2 sports, which is very commendable because we all know how much time that takes and takes away from your, some of your study time and that kind of thing. So congratulations on that achievement. I think that probably prepared you even more for your careers as you went on. So I'd like to get started with the inductions, and we have a nice certificate for you guys, and we would also like everybody to say something if you feel so moved. It's not required, but maybe share a favorite memory of S&T athletics, UMR athletics, that kind of thing. So our first inductee is Dan Bailey. And Dan has a Bachelor of Science in Geological Engineering and a Master of Science in Engineering Management, 03 and 05 respectively. He was involved in cross country and track, and after graduation he still coordinates many running events in the Kansas City area and probably across the country. I don't know. We'll let Dan tell you about that. He's also on the board of directors of the S&T Alumni Association, Minor Alumni Association, so that's awesome. And he's also a member of the Fairway, Kansas City Council. So that's great. And he and his wife Wendy who's also an S&T grad from 07 in architectural engineering. They have 2 daughters, and I'm assuming they're going to be future runners.
We're trying.
Okay. Please welcome Dan Bailey.
Thank you. In general, it's a mistake to give me a microphone and drinks at the same time. So really, I don't know what to say other than maybe some thanks. Sarah, I'm not seeing you. Sarah, thank you for nominating me. Of the 8 other nominees, I'm sure I'm the least athletic one that was in college here. So while Sarah did not give me a letter, I was number 11 out of 11 on cross country. She nominated me for this, so I guess in the end, I won. But really, I mean, I've got 2 groups of friends left from this college, and one of them are runners. And we still see them multiple times a year. Some people we don't see for years at a time, but it's really just like it never stopped from college. I mean, Sandra was in our wedding. I was in Tyler's wedding. Josh Sales still calls me whenever he needs something moved. So I mean, these are all great people. Thank you. Cecilia and Kurt, we see them all the time. John Borthwick, who's also part of this, we see him. So thank you. And anything we can do to help in the future, just let me know.
Thank you, Dan.
Yep.
All right, our next inductee is Janet Borgmeyer Connor. She has a Bachelor of Science in Applied Math, graduated in '04, and an MBA from KU. Really? No. just teasing. And she played, she also was a two-sport person, track and field, and I remember her most for softball. She had a very awesome career as a softball player. She holds a lot of team records still. She's in the Hall of Fame, and her softball team is also in the Hall of Fame, so that is awesome. And she's also very active in outside activities during her professional career. She is in the active in the Mid-America chapter of Leukemia and Lymphoma in Kansas City, and she won the Woman of the Year in that organization. And her husband Aaron and her stepson Tyler complete the family. So Janet, welcome to the AMA.
I know Dad's watching, and I'm so sorry about the KU thing. Really, really, really sorry. But I'm so honored to be able to be here today. I think so much of the identity of who I am today was really developed and honed as part of being an athlete here and just having the opportunity to compete while getting such a fantastic education that just really prepared me for my life after college. So I will forever be thankful for the opportunity to be a minor. And I don't know how many people would say that their favorite or one of their favorite memories of playing sports at any level was a game that they lost. But I do think my final game as a minor went 18 innings, and I think during that 4.5-hour game, we had every weather element possible. I'm pretty sure it snowed. I'm pretty sure it sleeted, it was sunny, it was hot, it was incredibly humid, and I think that memory is something I take with me everywhere that I go, because even when the outcome is not exactly the way you want it, we did not go down without a fight. So I'm still very proud of that loss. We still should have won. That's okay. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Our next inductee is Mark Franklin. Mark received his Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering in 1980, and he played 1 year of football and also a couple of years of basketball, and he was outstanding in that effort. They were the conference champs, maybe the first conference basketball. Mark can correct me if I'm wrong about that. Conference champion that S&T had, and he's also in the Hall of Fame, as well as with the 75-76 basketball team. He's had a very distinguished career at Union Pacific, and he retired in 2016. And he and his wife Deborah live in Houston. They have 2 children. One did not go to S&T. What's the matter, Mark? No, but the other one did. Stephen Franklin, he graduated in 2017, and he was also a football player. So that's another common thing about this class, is that there are lots of legacies here. We'll see a few more as we go on. Without further ado, Mark, would you come up and welcome to the class? Welcome to the organization.
Thank you very much. And me and a microphone, sometimes I get a little long-winded, but I hope I don't go too long. First, I'd like to thank God, Almighty God, for nothing is possible without His support and wisdom. Melissa, congratulations on your appointment. It is so refreshing to see the diversity and the change in our athletic department. And it just goes to show that we are recognizing everybody, and you see some of the diversity and what is happening in women's athletics and just women in general. Cecilia, thank you for all your support and helping me through this process to get up here and keeping everybody informed. This fine institution has meant the world to me and my family. My niece graduated from here. My son graduated from here. And he's got twins, and hopefully maybe we might have a third generation. We got a 50-50 chance. I'd like to also thank Mark Mullen, Jerry Bayless, Billy Key, Jerry Kirksey were so instrumental in everything that happened to me and me being able to get through this institution and out into the world, you know. And it's such a rewarding experience to be inducted into such a fine academy, you know. And congratulations to all the inductees. Thank you very much. I look forward to S&T being the best engineering school, some more conference championships in basketball, football, whatever it may be, you know. But I know one thing, we will be the smartest team on the court.
Oops. All right, our next inductee is Tim Hudwalker. Tim graduated from S&T with a BS in Civil Engineering in 1988. He was a basketball walk-on, something I can relate to, as I was too. He also played 2 years on the golf team. There's that two-sport thing again. 30 years in the construction business, and he has been a project engineer, a vice president of very important projects in the St. Louis area, including rebuilding the Forest Park and the A.G. Edwards campus. So he is also another one with a minor legacy connection because his dad graduated from here in '59, then Tim in '88, and then their son John graduated in '18. So please let's welcome in Tim Hudwalker.
Well, I'm different from Mark. I'm not one for the microphone, so I won't talk too long. But I want to thank Mark Mullen for nominating me. I really appreciate that. And my third son did come here, but he started at Alabama.
Okay.
And he didn't do too well. He had a little too much fun down in Alabama, as you can imagine. So I said, if you don't make it where you're going, you got to come here, and he did. And I'm really proud of him to stick with it and make it through here. But you know, I have a lot of fond memories. As you said, you wanted to share some of those. Most of them I can't share, especially from the golf team. If anybody knew Bud Mercer, you would probably know why I can't say some of those, give you some of those stories. But I do remember one. We were at Central Missouri, and as usual, Central Missouri was one of the top teams in the country. And we took one on the chin, but for some reason they let the student section sit right behind us, right behind the visiting bench. And there was probably 8,000 people there, but all the students were right behind us. And Billy was, and they were so loud every time out. They would scream and yell. We couldn't hear anything. Coach was just screaming as he couldn't hear. So we started doing this timeout, and this was before they do it now. Everybody does it now. But we'd go out on the floor and have our timeout because we couldn't hear because these kids were screaming so much. And so, and they were hurling all kinds of insults. It got pretty bad. And so at the end of the game, we all went out and shook hands with the other team. We're starting to head for the locker room. It's like, where's Coach Key? This is Billy Key, and he's probably in his 60s. And it's like, where's Coach Key? And I turn around. He's 3 or 4 steps up into the bleachers doing this to the kids, the student section. I'm like, all right, we got to get him out of there. So me and 2 guys went and grabbed him. It's like, come on, Coach. So that was just one of the fun times. But I do appreciate all you've done for this, and thank you for inducting me into this academy. Appreciate it.
All right, our next inductee is Dan Lester, and Dan has a BS in Business and Management Systems from 2005 with a minor in information science and technology. He was on the football team. He was one of the top kick returners. He was on the track team, indoor and outdoor. He was a sprinter, and he was also active on campus. He was a director of the Voices of Inspiration, which is an awesome singing group, and he was a founding member of the Black Man's Think Tank, which is, I believe, still active today. So that's really great. He's also works for Clayco in St. Louis, and he's very active in both his professional and community activities. He's a diversity, equity, and inclusion champion and a mentor and professional speaker, sorry. He probably spends too, but you know, can't read my own writing here, sorry folks. And he's been recognized locally and nationally as one of the top HR influencers of 2020. So please, congratulations, Dan, and come join us for induction.
Unlike most of y'all, I actually like mic in my hand, so I might be a little long. But thanks Melissa, Cecilia, the Academy, Sarah, Coach Sarah for everything, and Mark Mullins, awesome. So you know, when I was here, I didn't want to come to Rolla. So my dad and I fought long and hard because at Rolla it was a bunch of nice people, but I played football. And when I came on my recruiting visit, nobody had won. Like the team was 0-11 the year beforehand. So how do you encourage somebody who wants to be actively and successful to come to a school based on academics? When you want to win, it was a tough thing to do. So, but lo and behold, my dad and I, after a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, I ended up here, and it was a great place to be. But one of the things that I always tell everybody when I'm here or when I'm trying to think about Rolla is if you can make it in Rolla, you can pretty much make it anywhere in the world. And so when I was here, I did a speech. Took a speech class, and I did a speech, and the first speech we had to give was to describe yourself in one word. And I chose the word loser. And I chose the word loser because I'd won no football games. Let's see, the first year, the second year. 97% of our games as football players we lost when I was here. 92% of those games we lost. I didn't win any track competitions. You know, I didn't even win any individual races. You know, I had a situation where most of you probably won't know this, but there was a situation where I had a 1.75 GPA, followed by a 1.25 GPA. And my dad called me after all that fighting to get me here. He's like, son, we got to get you out of there. But what I was reminded of was that, I'm here because God wanted me to be here. I'm here because I asked God, where should I go? And at the end of the day, when I got there, Rolla was the only school standing when it was time to sign that paper. So God, I said, if I'm supposed to be here, and I'm gonna make it work. So I got here and I made it work. And so my last 6 semesters at this school, after that 1-2, I averaged a 3.6 GPA. And you all say, what changed? Well, my major, number one. But more importantly, I stopped looking at everything that was wrong with the school, and I started focusing on the things that were right. And that was when I began to excel as an athlete. That's when I began to excel here on campus and get involved. And that's when I began to really enjoy the things around me. So the things and the experiences I have been able to have as being an athlete at this school, they would always send a survey and say, would you have come to Rolla if it wasn't for athletics? Hell no. But I'm certainly glad that I did. It has been one of the best decisions I have made, short of giving my life to God and my wife, Bernea. We had 2 beautiful boys, Dane and Laylan. But I just really am thankful to my dad, number one, for telling me and making me come here. But also all the many experiences, and I could talk all day. But the beauty and the blessing of it is that I know a lot of you are here. We are on teams together, and it's good to see folks coming back. But I can tell you this, anywhere and everywhere you go, you know that this degree was worth something, you know that it means something, and you know that the experiences here mean something. And so the whole point of that loser speech was that although I lost in those situations, what that doesn't see and what you don't see in the records was while we were here, I got a chance to break 2 records of my own. While we were here, we won our first conference game in 10 years. While I was here, we beat the number 22 team, Central Missouri, at home on our home field my senior year. So there was a lot of great things that you don't see represented in those 92% losses. And while I was here, I met wonderful folks like this, and I'm able to be here. So I thank you all for your time. It's great to be here. Thanks to the Academy, and you all have a great rest of your day.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, who's following that? Come on. Sandra, you are following that. Our next inductee is Sandra Terry Roddy. She has a Bachelor of Science in Architectural Engineering from 2004 and a Master's in Engineering Management from 2008, and she was in cross country and track for all her time here, right? And right now she is vice president at Tarleton Construction, and she is, oh man, I can't hardly read my own writing here. Oh, she continued her professional development and got lots of construction certifications, and she's also an advocate and a role model for women in construction and engineering, and she's big on the volunteer side as well. She volunteers for to do things with SWE and Girl Scouts and Girls Inc. And she also has a nice husband and and Brian and her 2 sons, Logan and Gavin, and hopefully they're future miners. We'll see. All right, Sandra, thank you. Come on up.
Cecilia. Thank you, Melissa, sweet Coach Sarah, and Mark. Thank you all. I was like, please don't let me go behind Dan. Please don't let me go behind Dan. And then I saw the great, awesome. So I just want to say it's such an honor to be here with all of you. And I'm reading your bios and I'm talking to you and I'm like, whoa, there is a ton of world changing going on here. And it's in so many diverse fields. And I'm just, wow, what an honor. I'm so proud to be here. Being an athlete and going to school here was very hard. And I think while I have lots of specifically inappropriate memories that I can't share on stage, I definitely think that in general, you know, coming to practice at 5 a.m. and also having to come back after a long day of study, it really created a sense of discipline and turned me into a morning person, which works for us now. And I'm just, as time goes on and I get further away from that experience and I reflect on it, I appreciate it more and more every day. And I'm grateful for all of you, grateful for my time at Rolla, and so happy to be here. So, thank you.
All right, our next inductee is Josh Sales. He has a BS in Geological Engineering in 2000, and he was also cross country and track letterman. In his professional career, he started at URS Corporation, and then he moved on to Kennedy Jinks in environmental consulting, and he is vice president with a wide variety of projects going on and roles that he has there. And he also is very involved in professional societies in the Kansas City area, including, this is the only one I know from the initials, Association of Engineering Geologists. And then he and his wife, Chris, have 2 children, Chloe and Miles, and they live in Olathe, Kansas. And he's chairing the Garmin Marathon Committee, and also they're both active runners, hikers, and snowboarders. And we are happy to welcome Josh to the Academy.
I'm not really a long speaker on a mic either, but wanted to say congratulations to Melissa as a proud husband of a female coach. It's great to see women elevated into positions such as yours. I was a first-generation college student. Couldn't think of a more special place to come to than Rolla. Had great experiences with my academics as well as sports. Sarah and all her coaching and all the fun we had. Memory comes to mind our freshman year, the regional cross-country meet was in Joliet, Illinois, and most of you may know that location from the Blues Brothers, and we literally ran outside the penitentiary there for our cross-country course. It was an interesting course. It was also 18 degrees at the time, and so it was a little chilly. We weren't all that great, but we did get fifth that year, so that was a really great start to my academic experience at Rolla. Want to thank C and Kurt for nominating me to the Academy, and look forward to being involved. Thank you.
All right, our next inductee is Rob Vanderwall. He has a BS in mining engineering in 1994. He was also in cross country and track, and he has an MBA and also a PE in mining engineering. New fact that I just learned, he's also a Rolla guy, which is, I grew up in Rolla also, and so that's kind of neat to get to know that here just today. He's had a long and distinguished career in the mining industry, and he also is a member of SME, NSSGA, and IMA. I know SME is Society of Mining Engineers, and National Sand and an aggregate organization. It's all rocks. Yeah, it's all rocks. So that's really awesome. And Rob and his wife Pamela have a son, Aiden, and he was recently appointed to the son was recently appointed to the Merchant Marine Academy. So again, you didn't get him here to Rolla. What's the deal? No, I'm just kidding. And but he's going to be an engineer. So there we go, and play football. So please welcome Rob to the Academy.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. I truly am surrounded by greatness here. So thank you, Coach Moore, for the nomination. Thank you, Mark. And also need to thank posthumously with Dewey Allgood. I was probably his last recruiting class anyway. And I don't know why it took him so long to recognize me, because he lived right down the road from me. So country roads, it was about a mile away. So when I ran by there, I made sure I picked up the pace to like 5 minutes a mile. I just wanted to say, hey, I'm right here. I live by you. You're gonna come get me, right? And he did. He showed up to my high school at Rolla High. And, I am a townie. I now know that there's at least 2 of you in here that I knew your spouse before you did, so careful. So at least 2, maybe 3. But something that I would tell a potential recruit for the school or an active student, something that was very true and real with my life, and that is through sports, through junior high, high school, and college, my grades were always better when I was actively in a sport, always. And I think sports just channels your energy right. It channels your focus. It channels your schedule. And it was just, it's kind of mind blowing that that's the case when, hey, this is a tough school. It's really hard, but my grades were always better when I was out there competing or training. So that's something I would tell recruits. It's something that I've told my family members, my son, nieces, nephews, even way back in T-ball years and coaching baseball and flag football, that I would tell all the kids that, hey, things actually can be better for you when you're busy. So thank you again. I do appreciate this honor. Thank you.
All right, we're down to our last inductee, Tyler Bruman. Tyler has a BS in computer engineering from 2003, and he ran 2 seasons of cross country and track, and he's also a an active person in the electrical and computer engineering societies here on campus. He was during his time as a student. He worked at Garmin. I believe that was the first job that you were working in avionics software, and he left there in 2014 and joined Amazon, and he's been on some really cool projects, if you read that in his bio, and he's now with Oracle doing some really interesting sounding stuff. And he likes to, he also has a wife named Sarah and 3 children, right? All right, so that keeps you busy. 3 daughters, and that keeps him busy. They like to ski and hike and bike and volunteer. So, Tyler, we are very honored to have you as our final inductee in the class of 2021. Please come up.
Thank you, Coach Sarah, for inducting me. Mark, thanks. Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, big crowd to follow here. Let's see, so Rolla was tough, definitely, and I didn't run my first year. I didn't think I was good enough for it. After high school, a lot of really good times that I saw of the folks that were on the team at the time. So it took my freshman year off and ended up, after an intramural cross-country race the first year, I don't know, felt the flame again, I guess, and saw Coach Sarah and said, I'm trying out for the team next year. And yeah, I didn't train at all. And started the season, 60 miles, I think, the first week. Was pretty tough, but yeah, after about 2 weeks of training, I think I was faster than I ever was in high school, which was kind of crazy. And met some really amazing people. And yeah, I'd second the kind of academics and athletics at the same time. It teaches you a lot of time management skills that are really valuable later in life as you have more and more pulls on your time. I guess the kind of the memory that sticks in my mind, aside from all the country road running and all the other named runs that we did throughout the years, was a race in Texas, a regional race. That was, I think it rained 12 inches the night before. It was absolutely nuts, and the weather was fine, I think, the day of the race. But there were some holes 3 feet deep that you wouldn't know they were 3 feet deep, and so everyone's time was horrible. But yeah, it was so much fun, and everyone's just covered in mud by the end of the race. It was just a blast, and I don't know. That's kind of my time at Rolla. It was a good time. A lot of fun. Learned a lot. Prepared me well academically. Met some great people. Yeah, so thank you for this honor.
I wanted to just take a quick moment to thank some folks that are here that most of us know. Coach Sarah Moore, I'll always call you Coach, and Mark Mullen, our former AD. And they were very responsible for nominating most of the inductees here tonight. So we appreciate their support, and we hope they'll continue being active in the AMA and helping us out as we progress forward. I also wanted to mention that we are planning the new meeting, a new revised format meeting for the fall AMA meeting and induction ceremony. So you guys will get some more details of that as we progress. But our goal is to get more of you engaged in the academy and to make us more visible also on campus as well and with the student athletes. So we are trying out a couple of different topics for the next meeting. We hope to make it like an all-day experience where you come in and have a great interaction with other AMA members and being back on campus and visiting with not only student athletes, but the coaches. I think we all named coaches over the years that have influenced us, so I know that hearing from them and hearing from the current coaches would be exciting. So we're involved with that, and with that, I'll turn it back over to Melissa.
All right, well, that sums up our induction ceremony, and I want to congratulate all of you and want to thank you for traveling and being able to be with us today. The individuals in this room and the inductees, you are all such impressive people, and obviously I'm new to S&T and learning, and I think one of the most awe-striking moments for me is interacting with all of you and the amount of experience, worldly experience. The things that you have done are absolutely incredible. They are so impressive, and I share that with you because that's been just amazing to hear and get to know each of you and read your bios and to see what you have all done, and to know that our student athletes that are coming up and graduating, that they are going to be the next generations that are going to be sitting in your seats in the future. And it's encouraging to be able to visualize and see what they're going to do with their lives with their S&T degree. So congratulations. Couple just housekeeping items. One thing that I would like to do is, first of all, I would like to recognize Susan Cochran back there. She is the individual that put all of this together. She puts tons and tons of time into this, and she made this event very, very nice, and really appreciate all the work that she has done. I want to thank Mark and Sarah for coming today, and obviously the impact that you both have had on the individuals in this room as well as others is very true and genuine. And so thank you for coming and continuing to support and be active. I look forward to the rest of you, the new inductees, and those that are currently already in the Academy, what we're going to do in the future, and the exciting things that the Academy is going to move forward with. I'm looking forward to working with all of you and doing that as well. We are having Alex's Pizza. It will be here soon. Is it here yet, Susan? 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock it'll be here, so we have pizza. So please feel free to stay and join us for pizza and slice of pie. We have that as well. And then afterwards this evening, I'm not sure if all of you are aware, but we do have a football game tonight. It's at 7 o'clock. And if you would like to go to that game, you are on a pass list. All you have to do is just go in one of the entrances, give them your name, and they will check you off, and you are allowed to go to the game. So we are very limited spectators, so that's why it's kind of a process right now. But would love to invite you and hope you will stay to join and support our minors as we play tonight and hopefully get a win. And then we will also honor, if you are attending the football game tonight, we are also going to honor at halftime all the individuals that are there. So we will make an announcement probably late in the second quarter to come down on the track in front of the stadium. We'll gather there, and then we'll walk out at halftime and recognize all of you this evening. So would love for you to stay for that. Anything else, C? All right, well, congratulations, and please feel free to stay, and you can continue to have a drink if you would like, and continue to share this time with each other.
You want to mention that Pauline is on October 8th? 6th? I don't remember what date.
Susan, do you know what day it is exactly? October.
Time 9:30 to 3:30, and then there'll be a lunch, the Minor Legends lunch, which will be back over here.
What's the date? October?
Yeah, in the program, the inside back cover, we'll provide more information about that weekend.
October 8th. October 8th, thank you. October 8th will be our next AMA meeting.
Yep.
All right, thank you.